History in the making, my friends. Not just 15 years of history, and happy birthday once again if you've been a part of the Expresso family for that journey. But it takes a high point this weekend. The Springboks are chasing their first ever rugby championship title defence. That's when they meet, I would imagine, a very spirited Argentina at Twickenham. So after record-breaking wins over the All Blacks and the Pumas, there's plenty to celebrate, yes, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Rassie insisting that the perfect game is still to come, which is terrifying, I would imagine, for our opponents. And with Expresso turning 15, the Boks will be hoping to join the celebrations by lifting some silverware of their own. And it's a big one. On the couch, we've got Adrian Endley, sports presenter at Good Hope FM, kind of part of the family, and Setu Time, rugby commentator and content creator. Here to break down the big game. You guys, you look smug. Let's wipe the smug off our faces this morning. I know it's been a good season.
Oh, yeah.
It's been wonderful. Why is this so big? A title defence in the Rugby Championship. Maybe people can understand just how hectic the Rugby Championship is because 100%. Of that fact alone.
Yeah, no, literally. And I think especially now, all these teams taking part, all 4 teams, have been so strong. So to have that back-to-back victory, it means so much this time around, especially. I think given how well everyone is playing and how intense the competition has been.
Can lightning strike twice? Now, I don't want to make it sound like that was a flash in the pan from Sasha last weekend, but surely now expectations are going to be through the roof.
100%. I mean, of course, the theme of this rugby championship is that you win one, you lose one the following week. So I'm a bit nervous, but also confident at the same time. But, I mean, it would be very historical for the Springboks as well. First time ever winning a back-to-back rugby championship.
Ahead of a World Cup.
Back-to-back rugby championship. And still, we haven't reached our peak yet, so that's very troublesome for our opposition that we're going to face.
The perfect game. I mean, Sasha must be thinking to himself, what do you mean? Like, I mean, he played pretty much the perfect game, but the team around him had to do some facilitation, let's say, to give him that freedom. Ideally, you want every player on the field playing like that. Again, we scored a try where every player on the field touchdown. But what then is the perfect game? From your estimation of what Rassie is trying to achieve with this team, what does that look like?
I think he obviously wants a big focus on defense as well. We did obviously let a few tries in last time out. There has obviously been quite a focus on expanding our attack, which we are seeing, obviously. I mean, Tony Brown's been cooking with those backs.
Great
but
validation
I think now they sort of want to see a little bit more tightness on the defense as well, balanced with that attacking flair that they have been showing as well.
And we're going to need it against Los Pumas tomorrow at Twickenham. They're not 100%. Shy of the big occasion.
For sure. I mean, just adding on to what Adrian said, I mean, the perfect game, you look at our set pieces in this rugby championship as well. I mean, in a game, you lose about 3 or 4 lineouts. That's uncharacteristic considering how far we've come from, and just also losing scrums at a very dangerous position of the field. So I think the perfect game is getting those basics right. And I mean, there's some transition, which we spoke about on Monday as well, where there are some new players coming in, so they have to gel with the old dogs in the team. So it's just one of those moments whereby it's like, just get the boys to settle, get some cohesion, and make sure the set pieces are lacquer.
Yeah, and hopefully the older statesmen in the team will understand that progression, but they need to be managed. And I think Rassie's probably the right guy to have those locker room 100%. Conversations. You can imagine, as a player who went through all of these gateways himself, he's kept Sasha in, and I like the fact that I've seen a few news articles where he said, how do I not? You've got to reward a player like that, but is this exposing Sasha in some way? Is this going to be a 39-pointer this weekend? Because all of the pieces are on the board. How are you feeling about him being held in that position?
Well, look, firstly, I'm very glad that Rassie has decided to basically stick with his team. I think we've been seeing a lot of he sort of plays one team the one week, the next week he's testing, chopping and changing.
Is this the strongest team?
I think it's time for us to say that this might be his strongest team, and I'm glad that he's sort of keeping that consistency. Because the more we chop and change, I just want to see some consistency and some results as well. With Sasha, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of pressure on him now. People are watching him, see how he performs. I don't think we should look at it that way. I think, obviously, you have games like this maybe once every, 5 or 6 games. And maybe this time he'll have less of a starring role, but still, he's a great player. And we, as the public and the general chatters, should maybe just slightly take the focus off him and just look at the Boks holistically.
Nothing about what you're saying sounds very South African. We're gonna go all in with Sasha, and he's going to win the World Cup for us. That's how it's going to work.
For that as well, I mean, Sasha, just give him the spotlight. The only thing that should just make sure they sort out is just his head. Okay, the spotlight is on you now. Now manage the spotlight. Imagine being on stage, you're the only one on stage, the spotlight's on you. You need to manage it. So with Sasha, he mustn't think to himself that, no, I want to get 38 points. No. Now you need to be the general now of the Springboks. And also with the backlines, all those new players coming in, the youngsters like Sasha, I mean, Fassi becoming stuck on the box side, considering the injury. But I'm worried about the forwards. the youngsters coming in, the forwards. I'm yet to see some forwards coming in to make sure that when the old dogs go out, they're still safe for 2027. But yeah, Vessels and also the ones that are coming in now, momentum and confidence.
And we've got that beautiful conundrum now of like testing out 3 teams. I think we established we could have 3 Springbok teams. I get that. There is an Argentinian side that isn't reaching. They aren't rebuilding. They have a very strong identity. They play an incredibly tough form of rugby. What are they going to bring to Twickenham, do you think?
Well, look, we were saying we're feeling a bit smug, but we need to be careful. This is a wounded Argentinian team now, who we really shouldn't at any point sort of count out of the game. So definitely, you know, they will bring their attack, they'll bring their very brutal defense as well. We need to be careful of that. We can't go into this game thinking that we've won it already. So definitely, and I'm sure Russ will be drilling that into the players. We can't be complacent. If we want to win this thing, we need to win this. This is a final.
And you would have told those Springboks, if some of you guys want to make it into the Sharks this season, you better perform. You better perform. The youngsters are amazing. No, I love the fact that there are 3 generations, it feels like, of lads being bled into this unbelievable team. Good luck this weekend. Continue the 15-year celebration, and hopefully they will follow suit. Carissa, I've got to find out, I'm looking around studio, and I thought you'd be here to celebrate the impending rugby celebrations with us, and I can't even find you. Where are you?